Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Nishit Kumar, and with me is Anita Anand with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to stay guarded against COVID-19 and its variant Omicron. Says self-awareness and self-discipline are strength to fight against the new variant. In his Mann Ki Baat program, the Prime Minister expresses confidence that 2022 will be the golden page of building a new India. Prime Minister to visit Monday in Himachal Pradesh tomorrow to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of the hydropower projects worth over 11,000 crore rupees. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh lays foundation stone for Defence Technology Test Centre and BrahMos Manufacturing Centre of the DRDO in Lucknow. Over 141 crore 37 lakh vaccine doses administered in the country so far. COVID-19 vaccination for children between 15 and 18 years of age to begin from the 3rd of next month. Precaution doses for senior citizens with comorbidities and frontline workers to begin from the 10th of January. Delhi government decides to impose night curfew from tomorrow in the capital. Prime Minister to inaugurate completed section of Kanpur Metro Rail project on Tuesday. And in the first cricket test, India were 257 for 3 in their first innings against South Africa on day 1 in Centurion when reports last came in. As India marches towards administering 150 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, news about the new corona variant is a cause for concern. In this situation, we appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and help others get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask. Maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 23978046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged people to stay guarded against COVID and the Omicron variant. Sharing his thoughts with the people in his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio this morning, Mr. Modi said scientists are studying the new Omicron variant and getting new data every day. He called upon people to step in the year 2022 with this sense of responsibility.
कोरोना का एक नया वेरिएंट दस्तक दे चुका है। पिछले 2 वर्षों का हमारा अनुभव है कि इस वैश्विक महामारी को परास्त करने के लिए एक नागरिक के तौर पर हमारा खुद का प्रयास बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। ये जो नया ओमिक्रॉन वेरिएंट आया है, उसका अध्ययन हमारे वैज्ञानिक लगातार कर रहे हैं। हर रोज नया डेटा उन्हें मिल रहा है, उनके सुझावों पर काम हो रहा है। ऐसे में स्वयं की सजगता, स्वयं का अनुशासन कोरोना के इस वेरिएंट के खिलाफ देश की बहुत बड़ी शक्ति है। हमारी सामूहिक शक्ति ही कोरोना को परास्त करेगी। इसी दायित्व बोध के साथ हमें 2022 में प्रवेश करना है।
Mr. Modi said that it is because of everyone's efforts that India could fight the pandemic. He took pride that when one compares India's vaccination figures with the rest of the world, it feels that the country has achieved a huge feat. He said crossing the 140 crore vaccine dose mark is an achievement of each and every Indian.
वैक्सीन की 140 करोड़ डोज के पड़ाव को पार करना प्रत्येक भारतवासी की अपनी उपलब्धि है। ये प्रत्येक भारतीय का व्यवस्था पर भरोसा दिखाता है, विज्ञान पर भरोसा दिखाता है, वैज्ञानिकों पर भरोसा दिखाता है और समाज के प्रति अपने दायित्वों को निभा रहे हम भारतीयों की इच्छा शक्ति का प्रमाण भी है।
The Prime Minister remembered Group Captain Varun Singh, who was flying the helicopter that fell prey to a mishap this month in Tamil Nadu. Country's first Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, and his wife also lost their lives in the incident. The Prime Minister announced that he will hold a Pariksha Pe Charcha and the registration for this program will begin on the 28th of this month on mygov.in. The registration will continue till the 20th of January next year.
इसके लिए क्लास 9 से 12 तक के स्टूडेंट्स, टीचर्स और पेरेंट्स के लिए ऑनलाइन कंपटीशन भी आयोजित होगा। मैं चाहूंगा कि आप सब इसमें जरूर हिस्सा लें। आपसे मुलाकात करने का मौका मिलेगा। हम सब मिलकर परीक्षा, कैरियर, सफलता और विद्यार्थी जीवन से जुड़े अनेक पहलुओं पर मंथन करेंगे।
Mr. Modi played a snippet from a video where students from Greece performed Vande Mataram. He said the beauty and emotion with which they have sung Vande Mataram is amazing and commendable. Mr. Modi mentioned Dr. Kurella Vithalacharya from Telangana. He said that the 84-year-old Vithalacharya exemplifies the fact that when it comes to fulfilling one's dreams, age does not matter at all.
विठलाचार्य जी इसकी मिसाल है कि जब बात अपने सपने पूरे करने की हो तो उम्र कोई मायने नहीं रखती। 6-7 साल पहले वो एक बार फिर अपना सपना पूरा करने में जुटे। उन्होंने खुद की किताबों से लाइब्रेरी की शुरुआत की, अपने जीवन भर की कमाई इसमें लगा दी। धीरे धीरे लोग इससे जुड़ते चले गए और योगदान करते गए। यदाद्री भुवनागिरी जिले के रमन्नापेट मंडल की इस लाइब्रेरी में करीब 2 लाख पुस्तकें हैं। विठलाचार्य जी कहते हैं कि पढ़ाई को लेकर उन्हें जिन मुश्किलों का सामना करना पड़ा वो किसी और को न करना पड़े।
Mr. Modi asked the listeners of Mann Ki Baat to mention 5 of their favorite books this year. He maintained that at a time when screen time is on the upswing, book reading should become more popular. The Prime Minister also spoke of a centre named Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute in Pune. This institute has started an online course to acquaint people of other countries with the importance of the Mahabharata. Mr. Modi mentioned Serbian scholar Dr. Momir Nikic, who has compiled a bilingual Sanskrit-Serbian dictionary. More than 70,000 Sanskrit words included in this dictionary have been translated into the Serbian language. The Prime Minister also lauded the efforts of Sagar Mule of Goa, who is involved in saving the centuries-old Kavi painting from extinction. The Kavi form of painting covers the ancient history of India. Mr. Modi shed light on a unique campaign being run by the people of Arunachal Pradesh for a year called Arunachal Pradesh Airgun Surrender Campaign.
अरुणाचल प्रदेश के लोगों ने साल भर से एक अनूठा अभियान चला रखा है और उसे नाम दिया है अरुणाचल प्रदेश एयर गन सरेंडर अभियान। अरुणाचल प्रदेश पक्षियों की 500 से भी अधिक प्रजातियों का घर है। इनमें कुछ ऐसी देसी प्रजातियां भी शामिल हैं जो दुनिया में कहीं और नहीं पाई जाती हैं। लेकिन धीरे धीरे अब जंगलों में पक्षियों की संख्या में कमी आने लगी है। इसे सुधारने के लिए ही अब ये एयरगन सरेंडर अभियान चल रहा है। अरुणाचल के लोग अपनी मर्जी से अब तक 1600 से ज्यादा एयरगन सरेंडर कर चुके हैं। मैं अरुणाचल के लोगों की इसके लिए प्रशंसा करता हूँ, उनका अभिनंदन करता हूँ।
Speaking about Swachh Bharat, Mr. Modi said the resolve of cleanliness will be fulfilled only with discipline, awareness and dedication. He highlighted the Puneet Sagar campaign undertaken by the NCC cadets. The Prime Minister said he came to know about a startup named Saaf Water, which has been started by some youth. With the help of artificial intelligence and Internet of Things, Saaf Water gives information related to the purity and quality of water in their area to the people. Prime Minister Modi said that earlier there used to be lots of old files and papers in the government offices. Now these files and piles of paper are getting digitized and stored in computer folders. He said some very interesting things happened through this campaign. When this cleanliness drive began in the Department of Posts, the junkyard became completely empty. Now this junkyard has turned into courtyard and cafeteria. Mr. Modi wished everyone a Happy New Year and reminded them that they have to take the country to new heights of development. He expressed the confidence that 2022 will be the golden page of building a new India.
हमारे सपने ऐसे होंगे जिनसे हमारे समाज और देश का विकास जुड़ा हो, हमारी प्रगति से देश की प्रगति के रास्ते खुले, और इसके लिए हमें आज ही लगना होगा, बिना एक क्षण गवाए, बिना एक कण गवाए। मुझे पूरा भरोसा है इसी संकल्प के साथ आने वाले साल में देश आगे बढ़ेगा और 2022 एक नए भारत के निर्माण का स्वर्णिम पृष्ठ बनेगा। इसी विश्वास के साथ आप सभी को 2022 की ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of several development projects worth 11,281 crore rupees in Himachal Pradesh from Mandi district tomorrow. Apart from this, the Prime Minister will also launch the second groundbreaking ceremony of various projects worth over 27,000 crore rupees for the state. Talking to AIR News, Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur said the Prime Minister is coming on the occasion of state government completing 4 years.
4 साल पूरे होने पर प्रधानमंत्री जी हिमाचल प्रदेश में आ रहे हैं और हम देवभूमि हिमाचल की ओर से आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का हृदय से अभिनंदन करते हैं और स्वागत करते हैं। और ये कार्यक्रम हमारा मंडी में रखा है, जिसको हम छोटी काशी बोलते हैं। तो बड़ी काशी से छोटी काशी प्रधानमंत्री जी आ रहे हैं। मुझे इस बात की भी प्रसन्नता है कि हिमाचल के इतिहास में पहली बार ये होगा जब देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी हमारे यहाँ आकर के लगभग 11,300 करोड़ रुपए के विभिन्न योजनाओं के शिलान्यास और उद्घाटन करेंगे।
And more from our correspondent.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Himachal tomorrow at Mandi district to mark the completion of 4 years of BJP government in the state. On this occasion, a state-level function will be organized at Patal Ground in Mandi, where the Prime Minister will address the public gathering. During this, the Prime Minister will inaugurate and lay the foundation stones of project worth more than rupees 11,200 crores for the state. These include the inauguration of the Sabra Kudu project and the foundation stone of Renuga Dam to be built at a cost of rupees 6,700 crore, besides other hydroelectric projects. Apart from this, the Prime Minister will also inaugurate the second groundbreaking ceremony of various projects worth more than 27,000 crores. Tight security arrangements have been made in view of the Prime Minister's visit. Sanjeev Sundariyal, AIR News, Mandi, Himachal Pradesh.
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today said that India has never been an aggressor, but is ready to defend our people against any nation with hostile intentions. He was speaking after laying the foundation stone for Defence Technology and Test Centre and BrahMos Manufacturing Centre established by Defence Research and Development Organisation DRDO in Lucknow. The Defence Minister said that the purpose of the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile system is to act as a deterrent. He said the system not only reflects the technical cooperation between India and Russia, but also the long-standing cultural, political and diplomatic ties. He termed BrahMos as the world's best and fastest precision guiding weapon, which has strengthened India's credible deterrence in the 21st century. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath was also present on the occasion. You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to stay guarded against COVID-19 and its variant Omicron, says self-awareness and self-discipline are strength to fight against the new variant. In his Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister expresses confidence that 2022 will be golden page of building a new India. Prime Minister to visit Mandi in Himachal Pradesh tomorrow to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of hydropower projects worth over 11,000 crore rupees. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh lays foundation stone for Defence Technology, Test Centre and BrahMos Manufacturing Centre of DRDO in Lucknow. Over 141 crore 37 lakh vaccine doses administered in the country so far. COVID-19 vaccination for children between 15 and 18 years of age to begin from 3rd of next month. Precaution doses for senior citizens with comorbidities and frontline workers to begin from 10th of January. Delhi government decides to impose night curfew from tomorrow in the capital. Prime Minister to inaugurate completed section of Kanpur Metro Rail project on Tuesday. And in first cricket test, India were 266 for 3 in their first innings against South Africa on day 1 in Centurion when reports last came in. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी के नेतृत्व में उत्तर प्रदेश विकास की नई रफ्तार पकड़ चुका है। एक्सप्रेसवेज, मेट्रो सेवाएं और एयरपोर्ट शुरू होने से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के विकास के नए आयाम गढ़े जा रहे हैं।
4 नए एक्सप्रेसवे, 5 शहरों में मेट्रो सेवाएं शुरू और नए एयरपोर्ट शुरू हो चुके हैं। सड़क के साथ ही अब एयर कनेक्टिविटी में भी प्रदेश का दायरा काफी बढ़ चुका है। उत्तर प्रदेश देश में इकलौता राज्य है जहाँ 5 इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट संचालित हैं।
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के ये कार्य आर्थिक और औद्योगिक विकास को पंख लगाने का काम करेंगे। मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ के संकल्प से उत्तर प्रदेश का नव निर्माण हो रहा है और ये नए भारत के निर्माण में योगदान दे रहा है।
सोच ईमानदार, काम दमदार। उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार द्वारा जनहित में प्रसारित।
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे।
Welcome back. You are tuned to the evening news on All India Radio. More than 141 crore 37 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Minister said more than 32 lakh 90,000 doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The Minister said a total of 6,987 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. The recovery rate is currently at 98.4%, the highest since March 2020. A total of 7,091 people recovered in the last 24 hours, and the total recoveries touched over 3 crore 42 lakh and 30,000. 422 cases of Omicron have been reported in the country so far. Out of the total Omicron cases, Maharashtra has reported 108 cases, followed by Delhi 79, Gujarat 43 cases and Telangana 41 cases. The Union Health Minister said till now 130 people have recovered from the infection.
The Prime Minister announced last night that COVID-19 vaccination for children between 15 and 18 years of age will start from 3rd of next month. In his address, Mr. Modi said this will strengthen the country's fight against COVID. Mr. Modi said the government has also decided that it will begin precaution doses for the healthcare workers and frontline workers from 10th of January. He said citizens above 60 years of age with comorbidities will also have the option of precaution dose of the vaccine on the advice of their doctor from 10th of January onwards. Earlier yesterday, Bharat Biotech's COVID-19 vaccine, Covaxin, received approval for emergency use in children between 12 and 18 years of age. Delhi government has decided to impose night curfew from tomorrow. The decision has been taken in view of increasing cases of COVID-19 in the city. The night curfew will be effective from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Industry leaders from across 30 major sectors participated in job fairs organized across the country from the 17th to 23rd of this month as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav campaign. Close to 285 fairs were organized with participation from more than 278 organizations. These job fairs were conducted under the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana program by the Ministry of Rural Development. Lakhs of job seekers participated in the fairs. Job seekers in the age groups of 18 to 35 years, having completed basic schooling between 5th to 10th standards and senior secondary or ITI, were provided free counseling at the venues. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Kanpur on Tuesday and inaugurate the completed section of Kanpur Metro Rail project. Improving urban mobility has been one of the key focus areas of the Prime Minister. The inauguration of the completed section of the Kanpur Metro Rail project is yet another step in this direction. This completed 9-kilometer long section is from IIT Kanpur to Moti Jheel. The Prime Minister will inspect the Kanpur Metro Rail project and undertake a metro ride from IIT metro station to Geeta Nagar. The entire length of the metro rail project in Kanpur is 32 kilometers and is being built at a cost of over 11,000 crore rupees.
In Bihar, death toll has risen to 7 in boiler explosion at the noodle-making factory in Muzaffarpur district. 7 others are undergoing treatment at SKMCH hospital of the district. Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has announced an ex gratia of 4 lakh rupees each to the next of kin of the deceased. Mr. Kumar has ordered an inquiry into the incident. The factory is located in Bela industrial area of Muzaffarpur. The explosion was so severe that the terraces of the adjoining factories in the area were also damaged. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed sadness over the accident. Home Minister Amit Shah today said that social reformer Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya had contributed on many fronts in the freedom struggle of the country. Addressing a function on the occasion of 160th birth anniversary of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya in New Delhi, Mr. Shah said he is credited with laying many foundations of modern Indian nationalism.
This is All India Radio giving you the news.
Do you want to fly high, to reach out to the skies? Do you feel proud to wear the uniform? Then join the Indian Air Force.
Applications open from 1st December 2021. To apply, online login to careerindianairforce.cdac.in.
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase Hallmark gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by the Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago.
To commemorate the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news. The next question of the quiz will be shared in the morning news tomorrow. Celebrate 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav quiz with AIR News. And now, let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
The 26th of December is the birth anniversary of great revolutionary freedom fighter Shaheed Udham Singh. Born in Sangrur district of Punjab in 1899, Udham Singh was originally named Sher Singh. Having grown up in the early decades of the 20th century, he was heavily influenced by political events in Punjab, such as the Kamagata Maru incident in 1914 and the activities of the Ghadar party. Udham Singh was a young boy of 20 when he witnessed General Dyer's madness at Jallianwala Bagh in 1919. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre was a turning point in his life, and Udham Singh resolved to take revenge.
Influenced by the activities of Bhagat Singh, he got involved in the Ghadar party in 1924. For the next few years, he travelled abroad and organized Indian revolutionaries overseas to overthrow colonial rule. All this while, Udham Singh was making plans to assassinate Michael O'Dwyer.
पगड़ी संभाल तेरा लुट गया माल पगड़ी संभाल जट्टा.
20 years after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Udham Singh fulfilled his promise as he shot Michael O'Dwyer at a meeting in London on the 14th of March 1940. Michael O'Dwyer was the Lieutenant Governor of Punjab where the Jallianwala Bagh incident had happened. The assassination of Dwyer shook up the British authorities. Upon trial, he was sentenced to death.
The accused would be hanged till death. Down with British imperialism! Down with British tyranny! Inqilab! Inqilab! Inqilab!
Soon after, he was taken to Pentonville Prison in North London, where he was hanged to death on the 31st of July, 1940.
26th of December is also the death anniversary of Beena Das. Beena Das was a revolutionary freedom fighter from West Bengal who attempted to assassinate the then governor of Bengal. Born on August the 24th, 1911 in Krishnanagar, Beena's father, Beni Madhav Das, was a teacher in Cuttack. Subhash Chandra Bose was one of his students. Her mother, Sarla Devi, was a social worker. At a young age, Beena Das joined a semi-revolutionary organization for women in Calcutta.
It was her friend Suhasini Ganguly who introduced her to the Bengal Revolutionary Party. It was then that Beena decided to assassinate the Bengal governor. At that time, Beena was pursuing graduation from Calcutta University. On the 6th of February in 1932, Beena Das walked into the convocation hall of the university with a revolver hidden under her clothes. She fired 5 bullets upon Governor Jackson, but he managed to escape. She was arrested and sentenced to 9 years of imprisonment at the age of 21. And the British government also withheld her graduation certificate.
After her release from prison, she participated in the Quit India movement. She married fellow freedom fighter Jyotish Bhaumik after independence. In later years, she took up teaching as a profession, but professionally she suffered because she didn't have a graduation certificate. For her contributions to social work, she was awarded the Padma Shri by the Government of India in 1960.
After the death of her husband, she retreated to Rishikesh. She spent the rest of her life refusing every pension payment that the government provided to freedom fighters. She died in solitude and anonymity in 1986.
In 2012, Beena Das, along with Preeti Lata Vaddedar, were conferred the graduation certificates posthumously by Calcutta University, nearly 80 years after the British government withheld them. We salute the brave daughter of the soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar, AIR News ke Sang. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
In the first cricket test of the three-match series, India were 272 for 3 wickets in their first innings against South Africa on day 1 at Centurion when stumps were drawn. Opener KL Rahul on 122, Ajinkya Rahane on 40 were at the crease. India lost 2 wickets in the second session as Lungi Ngidi struck twice in consecutive balls to remove Mayank Agarwal and Cheteshwar Pujara. Ngidi then also removed skipper Virat Kohli. Earlier, Mayank Agarwal added 117 runs with KL Rahul for the first wicket.
And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature will be 10 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 22 degrees. In Mumbai, the minimum temperature will be 19 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 31 degrees. The city is expected to have partly cloudy sky. Chennai will have shallow fog. Temperature will vary between 21 and 29 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have fog in the morning and clear sky later. The city will observe a minimum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 27 degrees. Srinagar will have moderate snow. The temperature will hover between 1 and 4 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature will be 10 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 18 degrees. Leh is likely to have light snow. The minimum and the maximum temperature will hover between minus 11 and 0 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have rain or snow. The temperature will hover between minus 1 and 10 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have rain or snow. The minimum temperature will be 4 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 12 degrees. Vishakhapatnam will have partly cloudy sky with haze. The city will observe a minimum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 28 degrees. Hyderabad will have mist in the morning and mainly clear sky later. Temperature will hover between 16 and 32 degrees Celsius. Thiruvananthapuram will have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature will be 21 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 32 degrees. In Puducherry, sky will be partly cloudy. The minimum temperature will be around 21 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 31 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to stay guarded against COVID-19 and its variant Omicron. Says self-awareness and self-discipline are strength to fight against the new variant. In his Mann Ki Baat program, the Prime Minister expresses confidence that 2022 will be the golden page of building a new India. Prime Minister to visit Mandi in Himachal Pradesh tomorrow to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of hydropower projects worth over 11,000 crore rupees. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh lays the foundation stone for Defence Technology Test Centre and BrahMos Manufacturing Centre of the DRDO in Lucknow. Over 141 crore 37 lakh vaccine doses administered in the country so far. COVID-19 vaccination for children between 15 and 18 years of age to begin from the 3rd of next month. Precaution doses for senior citizens with comorbidities and frontline workers to begin from the 10th of January. Delhi government decides to impose night curfew from tomorrow in the capital. Prime Minister to inaugurate completed section of Kanpur Metro Rail project on Tuesday, and in the first cricket test, India were 272 for 3 in their first innings against South Africa at stumps on day 1 in Centurion. KL Rahul scores a century. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.